All right, everyone, welcome back to another Facebook Friday. Yes, you've successfully managed to make it through your week, and now we're at everyone's favorite part. It is Facebook Friday. So today I'm joined once again with Dr. Botros, and we're here at the Chiropractic Company in Glendale. But if you're watching, you'll probably already know that. So today we've got a really interesting topic that we talk about once again very often in our office, and I say that a lot. And we really have great conversations with our patients, and I really appreciate those conversations that we have. But this is a really big one for not only the average patient, but also our elderly patients. Today we're going to be talking about balance. Balance is a really interesting part of a day-to-day operation for patients because everyone takes it for granted until they don't have it. And once you start losing balance, whether it be from an issue like vertigo or just general deterioration, you realize how important that balance is. In fact, there's some really interesting statistics about balance. Dr. Botros, tell us a little bit about some of the issues that go along with balance.
Now, balance, especially as we get older, technically after the age of 65, we see that balance starts really negatively affecting us where we can fall a lot more frequently. Now, the National Council of Aging, the NCOA, says that about every 11 seconds there's someone over the age of 65 that falls. And these are not minor falls, just to kind of keep in mind. Those of you who are of that age or know people of that age know that these falls can typically be pretty traumatic. And so they also found that about 75% of Medicare and Medicaid expenses go towards helping and treating the consequences of those falls as well. So if we can target ways to work on our balance, that would be extremely beneficial.
That's a big number. That's actually a pretty impressive number. Yeah. Once again, we look at ways to help manage healthcare costs. How can we reduce costs? And this is such a simple thing that people can do on their own to get them stronger, healthier, so that they have less incidents of injuries. So when we look at balance, we look at a variety of different characteristics. And one of the big characteristics is how you condition your daily life. So when we think about people with good balance, let's look at kids. You see them out on the playground running and jumping and twisting, going on balance beams and hanging, this and that. How are they able to do that without falling and without injuring themselves? Well, they do it over and over and over again. They continually challenge their body. They continually challenge themselves. And as a result, they get used to being in that environment and have better proprioception, or body's ability to understand where it is in space. And so unfortunately, a lot of times as we age and as we get older, we stop playing on playgrounds. We stop riding our bike or running or jumping, and we get used to sitting in our office chair. We get used to going home and turning on the TV and sitting on the couch. And so now we've turned off all of these good abilities and sensations that we've had, and now have taught our body to be comfortable with those sitting postures or with those standing postures, being in a very, very comfortable and stable environment. So if we want to have better balance, we need to start challenging ourselves, and we need to start doing it in a way that's healthy for us. So we start at the bottom and then work our way up. If you're only comfortable being bedridden or laying down or sitting, we need to start getting you to stand. Simple, easy ways get you to stand. A lot of times I'll have patients hold on to a chair. They can use a chair to get themselves up and stand and hold on to that chair. Essentially what they're going to try to do is get their body in posture and comfortable, and then once things get too tired, then they can go back down. Get themselves to be up in a good posture again, and then get stronger and stay more stable in that direction. Once again, once we get more comfortable standing, then we can do it without holding on to something. Now we're only using our body's natural proprioception to keep ourselves up. Once again, if you have to sit down or if you have to hold on to something at that point, great. As we continue to progress, then we can start moving into other areas. Once we get out of just standing, then the next step is motion. Tell us some tips and some things that we can do as far as motion is concerned.
So with motion, one of the things we want to do is we want to, like Dr. Van Squik so beautifully said, we want to really start progressively introducing these things. So you want to build that comfort level as you start gradually, and then when you feel like you can handle some motion, this is where this is a great way to get that started. So a great way you can do this is you can have a straight line, like you can follow a tile, or you can put a piece of long string or something, you know, from here to there. And this is my mission, to walk there with perfect balance. And how do you do that? You're not just going to walk there casually where you're going to be retraining the same muscles that will get you in trouble. You want to really encourage those muscles and nerves at the bottom of the feet and your thighs and your legs and your back and your spine to be able to orient themselves properly through proprioception. So what you'll do is very much like if you've seen those TV shows where a cop thinks someone is drunk and lets them out, this is kind of what you're going to do. So you're going to stand straight, and then you're going to take the back of your heel, and you're going to walk by heel to toe, heel to toe. And you might wobble a little bit, and if if this is your first time doing it and you don't trust that you're going to be able to do this safely, make sure you have someone with you or something next to you so that you can hang on to the wall or the chair, or lean onto someone in case you do fall. And so you want to really keep this under control. It's not a race to who can get to the finish line first. Really keep this under control. You want to start off maybe with a pair of shoes that you're comfortable with, and then maybe more advanced, you can start to do it barefoot and working on some of these muscles in the feet as well as they get more of a grip on the ground. If that is something that you can do comfortably, then we can start adding some tools and equipment to kind of work on things and add it to the next level. And this is something that not just applies to elders, but athletes and young professionals, people who are active quite frequently, can start to use this. And what it is the wobble disc. So this is a semi-inflated, very durable plastic disc that's filled with air, and you would essentially set it on the ground and you would stand on it. You can start off by standing feet on there and working and trying to get that proprioception developed. And then more advanced, you can stand on there with one foot. And you're going to notice that it's going to wobble, it's going to move, you're going to shake a little bit, you're going to fatigue some of those leg and even low back muscles as you begin to do this. But we want to work on that endurance. Like it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And so those postural muscles that we have, those muscles that are not used to being engaged, we have to work on those endurance to develop that so that you can comfortably take a shower or go for a walk, or even just be able to stand upright without having to worry about the risk of falling.
The interesting part about balance is that it's not something that comes overnight. Like Dr. Botros said, it's something that we actively have to work on. We talk in the office about it taking time to change, your bone position and where they're staying and repetition. The same thing goes with balance. It's something that you progressively have to continue to work on over time to get yourself comfortable and have your muscles learn the proper position to keep you stable and feel comfortable in uneven environments. Now, many of you who've been in the office have seen those wobble discs, and we have all sorts of different uneven, unlevel surfaces in our office that we can walk patients through as far as progression is concerned. Those discs are also fantastic for people who are sitting and want to start moving that progression of the muscles of their spine from being toned in a sitting position to being toned in an unstable position. Once again, there's lots of great applications and ways that we can challenge ourselves to improve our balance. So once again, I'm Dr. Alan Van Scoik, here with Dr. Botros here in the Glendale office. If you have any other questions for us, please let us know. We always read all of your comments. We really enjoy hearing from you guys. So we will once again come to you next week with another brand new topic. And if you want some of those ideas shared on our Facebook Friday, let us know and we'll be happy to do so. Until next week, please take good care of yourselves, and we'll see you next week in our Facebook Friday then.